If you and your partner keep having the same fight about different things, but somehow it feels like the same fight every single time, this is why. I'm Melissa Divaris Thompson. I'm a licensed couples therapist and the founder of Embracing Joy Psychotherapy and Embracing Joy Consulting. Before we dive in, I want to say this clearly. This video is for educational purposes only. It's not therapy. It's not a substitute for therapy, and it's not individualized relationship advice. Every relationship is different. And if you are in significant distress, please, I strongly encourage you to seek support from a licensed mental health professional in your area. So let's get started about what is actually happening. Same fight, different topic. Couples will sit in my office and say, it was about the dishes, it was about him being late, it was about her tone, it was about money again. But when we slow it down, it is almost never about the dishes or the topic at hand. Most couples are not fighting about content. They're fighting about connection. And on the surface, the argument looks logistical. Underneath, it sounds like, do I matter to you? Do I feel prioritized? Am I alone in this relationship? Are you really here with me? But these deeper attachment fears get activated. When they do, the nervous system lights up and then we react. So then we start what I call, Sue Johnson from Emotionally Focused Therapy calls the pursuer withdrawer cycle. One of the most common patterns that I see is this cycle. And it's not a diagnosis, it's a relational pattern. And many couples fall into some version of it. One partner tends to move towards conflict. They ask questions, they push for resolution. They talk, they want to talk it out, they want reassurance, they feel the urgency. And the other partner tends to move away from conflict. They shut down, they get quiet, they leave the room, they minimize, they feel overwhelmed. And neither of these responses are wrong. They are actually protective strategies. The pursuer is often trying to protect connection, and the withdrawer is often trying to protect peace. But here's the problem. The more the pursuer pushes, the more the withdrawer pulls back. And the more the withdrawer pulls back, the louder the pursuer gets. And now both people feel alone. And now we have the same fight, different topic, same emotional choreography. Here is something that changes everything when couples can understand it. Most of what we say in conflict is protest behavior, not longing. Protest behavior sounds like, well, you never help. You don't care. You always shut down. Why do I even bother? But underneath that protest is usually a longing. I want to feel important to you. I want to feel chosen. I want to know that we are okay. I want to feel close again. And when longing comes out as protest, it does not land as vulnerability. It lands as criticism. And criticism triggers defensiveness, which fuels the cycle again. So the fight continues. And couples walk away thinking, we just can't communicate. But often it's not a communication skill. It's an emotional safety issue. And why this can feel so confusing. One of the hardest parts of this pattern is how confusing it does feel. You can love each other quite deeply and you can want this to work and still feel completely disconnected in conflict. And that does not automatically mean that your relationship is doomed. It means your nervous system is protecting something important. But when you do not understand the pattern, you start personalizing it. The pursuer thinks you don't care. The withdrawer thinks I can never get it right. And now shame enters the room. And shame makes repair harder. And again, this is educational information. It's not an assessment on your specific relationship. And if your dynamic includes emotional abuse or coercion or fear, that requires a different level of support and safety planning with a qualified professional. But in many committed relationships, what I see is not a lack of love, it's a stuck cycle. So let me give you two practical shifts that can begin to interrupt this pattern. These are not magical fixes, they are starting points. Shift number one, name the pattern instead of attacking your partner. Instead of, well, you always shut down, try, I notice that when I get anxious, I push. And when I push, you seem to shut down. I think we're stuck in something. You are moving from blame to awareness. That alone can lower defensiveness. Shift number two, translate protest into longing. Before you speak, ask yourself, what am I actually needing right now? And then try to say that. Instead of, you never help me, try, I feel overwhelmed and I really need to feel like we're a team. That is vulnerable. And vulnerability usually invites closeness in a way criticism can't. Now, Will your partner respond perfectly every time? No, myself included. And this video cannot account for every relational variability or personal history that may be influencing your dynamic, but these shifts often create more space for connection than repeating the same script. So when couples understand the cycle, something changes. The fight stops being me versus you and becomes us versus the pattern. That is a very different energy, and it allows compassion to re-enter the room. If you're noticing that the cycle sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is one of the most common patterns that we as therapists see in long-term relationships, and it's a workable pattern when both people are willing to look at it honestly. If this resonated with you and you want a simple yet structured way to break down your specific conflict dynamic, I created something called the conflict decoder, and it walks you through identifying the pattern underneath your argument so you can stop spinning in the same loop, and you can find that linked below. And again, this content is for educational purposes only, it's not therapy. And if you are in significant distress, experiencing safety concerns or feeling unsure how to move forward, please reach out to a licensed mental health professional in your area for individualized support. And if this was helpful, subscribe for more grounded conversations about attachment, communication, and building secure love. You deserve clarity in your relationship.